feet, sip some wisdom, and stay a while. This is the Prosperity Lounge, where growth gets personal. Step inside, we're breaking chains.
Good evening, everybody. We are here at the station. I'm joined by Jeff Healy from Monster Tree Service, hanging out for the night. We're going to learn all about trees, how to care for your trees, how to maintain your trees, why you need to maintain and care for your trees. I'm excited because after last week's conversation with Anthony Slay about commercial insurance, and of course seeing stuff out of Sevierville with some fires that occurred at Skyline Ranch, none of that's related, but tree upkeep helps keep your property safe. Commercial insurance helps keep your property insured. Kind of all ties together, I think. So I'm excited to talk about the winter, the spring, and learn all about Monster Tree Service. So we're excited here. So hang out, everybody. We're going to get started at the top of the hour. Making sure everybody can hear us great and well. Ooh, I sound good tonight. Okay, good. Sometimes it's hit or miss. Jeff, hit or miss. These machines are working good tonight. So we're going to get started at the top of the hour. If you got questions for Jeff and you got questions about tree service and all that stuff, feel free to put it in the chat. We'll get to it when we can get to it. There'll be an opportunity for everybody to have some fun. All right. Yeah. About a minute and a half away, and I'm going to be here, but I'm going to mute the mics for a sec, and then we're going to get started. All right. All right, it's go time, guys. Before a tree falls, there's always signs. Before a storm hits, there's always warnings. And before regret sits in, there's always a moment to act. Today, inside the Prosperity Lounge, we're talking about something most homeowners ignore until it's too late. This isn't about trees. It's about stewardship. It's about protecting what you've worked so hard to build. Good evening and welcome to the Prosperity Lounge, where growth gets personal. I'm Joey Ruffalo, founder of the Prosperity Lounge community, radio host, and best-selling author. And I help business owners double or triple their revenue using smart, no and low-cost strategies. You have a profit leak and you want to pay yourself first so you can stress less. Let's connect. I also help families take control of their money so they can live with clarity and not chaos. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been pulling up a chair with us for a while, thank you. Thank you for being a part of this great community. Before I jump in, I want to say thank you to our show sponsors who will help make this conversation possible. Prosperity Lounge is brought to you by our friends at Bello Business Solutions. If you're a business owner who feels like you're working harder than ever, but not seeing the growth you know is possible, listen up. Bello Business Solutions helps business owners simplify operations, strengthen their financial foundation, and build systems that actually scale. Because growth doesn't come from grinding yourself into the ground, it comes from clarity, structure, and strategy. They specialize in helping businesses tighten up the processes, improve efficiency, and unlock profitability without unnecessary complexity. In other words, they help you run your business instead of your business running you. If you're serious about sustainable growth and building something that lasts, connect with Bello Business Solutions today. You can learn more at Bello Business Solutions, that's at the end.com. You can also scan the QR code if you're watching us on YouTube, and that's youtube.com/@theprosperitylounge. And if you go to Bello and you say, hey, make business make sense, I heard you on the Prosperity Lounge, get a free consultation. Secondly, our buddies over at LaPera Insurance. LaPera Insurance, call 865-252-0480. Reach out to Joe LaPera at just the letter J LaPera. That's LAPERA at farmersagent.com. If you use promo code JRRadio, the first 10 quotes this month get a free gift card. Just call him up and get a quote, get a gift card. Joe's a great guy. He won't steer you wrong. Securing your tomorrow today. You probably hear him on the station a lot too. Again, scan the QR code if you're watching YouTube. Go to theprosperitylounge.com. Click on our sponsors link. You'll find all our sponsors there. And lastly, our buddies over at Lagos. Lagos is giving us a 60-day free trial of any of their levels. So why not get the highest one of their Bible software? 60-day free trial. Study smarter with the #1 Bible study tool starting today. Scan the QR code in the app here. And again, free for 60 days. It's normally 30. They're giving us an extra month. So take advantage of it. Get their highest plan for free for 60 days and start your learning. Thank you all for that. And of course, if your business wants to align with the show, focused on growth, leadership, and stewardship, reach out to us at theprosperitylounge.com. Go to theprosperitylounge.com. Use the promo code RADIO when joining to get a free 8-step action guide to stop living paycheck to paycheck. It's free. Join the community, connect with others, have conversations, and let's all grow together. And lastly, catch us anywhere on any of your favorite podcast platforms and apps. And of course, on YouTube here, we have our 2 shows, The Prosperity Lounge and our new daily show, Daily Dose of Prosperity. 5 minutes or less, quick hits, quick tips on discipline, stewardship, accountability, leadership, everything. So we're going through the whole year this year, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. You can watch it, listen to it. And of course, we're here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. for our live show with our guests and long-form interviews. Well, enough about me. My guest today is Jeff Healy, Business Development Manager for Monster Tree Service of Knoxville. Now, Monster Tree Service, if you're keeping score, was voted Knoxville's #1 tree service company. Since 2019, Jeff and his team have been serving homeowners across East Tennessee with professional tree removal, expert pruning and trimming, land and lot clearing, stump grinding, plant health care, and 24-hour emergency service, especially when storms hit unexpectedly. Monster Tree Service isn't just about cutting trees. They're licensed and insured and backed by ISA certified arborists. ISA, I know what you're saying. What is that? We'll find out all about it. Don't worry. It just means every job is approached with training, science, and safety in mind, not guesswork. Their mission is simple but powerful. We make the world a better place one tree at a time and deliver superior service with award-winning results. Jeff, thanks for pulling up a chair and welcome to the Prosperity Lounge.
Thanks, Joey.
Appreciate you being here. So you kind of said you guys started in 2019. What led you guys to start a business once, but also tree service industry?
You want to make properties healthy and safe, and that's where the vision came about the business from the owner Don. And there's a lot of tree service companies out there right now. There's about 47 probably across the area.
Wow.
But we want to separate ourselves. We're just not about hey, making the money. We want to be for the customer and make sure we're keeping properties safe and beautiful.
All right, I got to ask because I was in the service industry. My wife and I did pet sitting and dog walking for a very long time. And trying to stand out as a professional in an industry that is, I wouldn't say unregulated, but viewed as anybody can do it kind of thing. Why should I hire you over the kid next door? What separates you guys from a guy with a chainsaw and a pickup truck, especially here in the South?
Well, for one, I have 2 ISA certified arborists. In case of somebody does not know what ISA certified arborist is, it is International Society of Arboriculture. You have to actually get points. You have to go to take an exam. You also have to be at least 3 years in the business to actually even pass the course and even take the course. Our guys, we have well over 20 years of experience between 2 guys to go out and examine your property and give you a true, transparent estimate on your property, and there's no guesswork. Everything is perfect. Our estimates are right on. We also are licensed and insured. Every job we go to, we carry our COI, our certificate of insurance, to show the customer our insurance, and we also carry all of our equipment with us, pictures of equipment, what we're going to use.
So you said 2 things there that stood out to me. One was the license and insured. I would hope so.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so that separates you there. Why? And I wrote this down specifically, but I'm trying to figure out a different way to word it because I don't want to word it this way. Maybe I just will. Why should homeowners care about that?
Well, for one, if we're not insured and one of our guys gets hurt, you're on the hook. If we carry workman's comp, if something happens, you're not on the hook.
Okay.
You are completely covered. So I would never hire someone that doesn't have insurance. You want to make sure you're covered. That's why when we go out, we always show them our certificate of insurance. They want to know.
Okay, so besides being professionals with all the experience and all the training and the insurance, it's better than me just hollering down the street, hey, Billy Bob, cut down my tree, because if he gets hurt, I'm paying for it.
Correct.
Somebody come. The odds are, let me back up. The odds are he's probably going to get hurt because he's not trained.
Mm-hmm.
And if he does get hurt, I'm paying for it.
Right.
So you guys take peace of mind
Mm-hmm.
and apply that to me, which is nice.
Right.
And you get the job done right.
And our guys, I mean, we have 11 guys out there, plus my ops manager, that make sure the job is done correctly. Each crew has a team leader that when we get out there, we examine the property. When we get out there, we know exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to do it before we even start cutting and trimming and getting out there in a bucket or a lift.
Wonderful. Now you mentioned something there, ISA, International
Society of Arboriculture.
Arboriculture. Okay. I was going to say arborist, but that's arboriculture. Okay. It's a mouthful. How many of you guys do you have?
How many arborists do we have?
The ISA guys.
2.
2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You don't guys have 1, you have 2.
We have 2.
It's fantastic.
And also, to add, we also have both guys are Category 3 certified, and one is licensed to actually apply plant healthcare products to our customers as well.
Okay. So what does it mean to have an ISA certified arborist on staff?
We know what we're doing.
Plain and simple.
They've gone through the course is very difficult to pass. It's extremely difficult. You have to acquire points, CEU points, progressively throughout the year to keep on the new trends, and that's what keeps our guys up to find out what the newest and latest things are in the tree industry are going on.
Now you guys have 2 mission statements. We make the world a better place, one tree at a time, and superior service with award-winning results.
Mm-hmm.
Break those down for me. Let's start with the first one.
We make the world a place, a better tree, one tree at a time. We take each job seriously. We just don't just go in there and start hacking away. We want to make sure things are done the right way. And that's where we came up. That's the Monster Tree mission statement. The mission statement that I came up with personally with our branch is superior service with award-winning results. I take nothing less than perfection on these jobs. It will show, as you see, we got about 460 Google reviews and a 4.9 star rating. And I always recommend, hey, look at our Google reviews and see what you think of our company. That tells you about our company, what we're doing. And our award-winning results. We were voted best tree company last year in terms of all these companies around town. And that's a big feat. And our results speak for themselves.
So I'm going to challenge you for a second. 4.9 out of 460.
About 460
reviews. Now, between you and me and nobody else that's listening, how many of those did you guys just go in there and do yourself?
Zero. None.
Okay. So these are all real clients, verified clients that got in there and were so happy.
Correct.
That they actually left a review. Because leaving reviews, guys, you probably know too, you've serviced so many people. To get somebody to actually leave your review is very difficult to push them into leaving, unless they're so overly satisfied or so overly upset with the work. You guys have nobody that's angry at you guys. You guys got a 4.9.
No, and I enter all the reviews. When they come in, I look at them and enter them. And we have a process for our guys when we go out in the field. We knock on the door. We walk the property with the customer. We do the work. After we're done, we get the customer. We walk the property. And then we'll ask them, hey, was everything done to your expectations? And that's where the Google review comes in. And it's a very effective, good communication with customers and customer service.
I love that. And that's really important for people that are listening to. If you're using a service, especially a small business locally, leaving a review that's positive really, really helps them. That's the best thing you can do is if you're not going to be able to refer to somebody, which is obviously our number one source of new clients a lot of times, is that word of mouth. Leaving a review for somebody, that's extremely important because that gives the opportunity for somebody who's reading and searching to find that and see, wow, a lot of people care enough about this company to write something positive about their experience to share with others. So please get out there, and the companies that you use, please go ahead and leave reviews for them because it's extremely important for us.
Yeah, I mean, that's like I said, that is they do that on their own. That's on their own time.
Right.
I mean, we don't ask them to do that. It's their option.
Yeah. They so love the work that they're doing. You know, I always say here on the show, we talk about finances, and in the process of finances, maintenance ignored becomes crisis management. And it sounds like that applies to trees.
Yes.
So we just got through here locally in East Tennessee. It's the winter. I don't like dating shows, but it's the winter. We got through an ice storm recently that was here on our side. Wasn't as epic as they thought it was going to be, but it was pretty darn epic in Central Tennessee,
Correct.
Middle Tennessee. Nashville is still reeling weeks later. 2-3 weeks later, people were without power for a really long time. Part of that is because there's a lot of dead or storm weakened trees that don't get taken care of. Why in the wintertime is that? I was going to say, why in the wintertime is that so dangerous? But it's dangerous any time of the year, but it just seems more dangerous in the winter.
Well, basically, first things first, being proactive. What happened in Nashville, we do not want to have happen here in the Knoxville area and surrounding areas. We are still in wintertime. This could happen again. We could get an ice storm. And what happens is when you do not take care of your trees and you let them overgrow, it causes structural problems. It's very unhealthy for the tree. And it just can cause so much damage if you don't prune that canopy up and trim off all the overlaying limbs. I can't distress how important it is if you have trees out there that are overgrown. Let our guys come out there and look at it. It's you don't want to have what happened to you in Nashville because it's costing these people a lot of money right now, and
Yeah.
insurance is not going to cover that stuff.
Now it's funny around here. I'm going to put something on the screen. If I'm going to read the people, if you can look at it real quick here. Obviously, it's a little backwards right now, but there's 13 seasons in Tennessee. That's what people joke about. Winter, frozen tundra for a week, which we just got through. Now we're in fall spring because it's 65 degrees this week. Then there's second winter. So second winter is going to come. So we're kind of in a dormant season right now. In between these kind of wintry months, it kind of gives you guys an opportunity to get out there and identify structural issues and kind of take care of stuff before that second winter hits. And then of course we have another spring of deception, then third winter. And it keeps going and going. So tell me how this type of year or this type of season where we're kind of in between these cold spells, does that actually help you guys get out there and work with homeowners to prevent what might happen in second winter, third winter?
Well, right now we're kind of in this dormant stage right now. We're kind of in between winter, but we haven't had any hard freeze or anything like that in these trees. Structural problems are going to show up right now. We'll be able to make more precise cuts on our trees. Everything is more visible. Reduce stress on a healthy tree. We want to make, we prune everything up to take stress off your trees. And also we have better access to these trees and problems because the foliage is gone. And when we're actually out going on property, when it's frozen, it's reducing less damage to the turf on the property or there any beds that we're going to be going through.
That's what I was going to ask next about the frozen ground, because we're obviously in this time where it can be dangerous to be on a frozen ground, but actually frozen ground for you guys is, you guys can manage that pretty well, and it's probably beneficial, like you're saying.
It is, and it's more manageable, and we also bring out mats, and when we're going to take any type of equipment over the property, we put down mats to save the turf or any type of beds we're going to be going through.
That's interesting because there's a comment in the chat. We used to live in California, and dead trees in California were pretty much the fuel for all the dangerous fire seasons they have out there.
Yeah.
We're lucky here that we don't really have a fire season in East Tennessee, but still, I think sometimes people overlook the dead trees here because it's like, well, they're just going to rot and they're going to do this or that. But it's not going to be a fire. I'm going to use my backyard to burn some kindling and burn our mail and stuff. But
well, the difference between California here, I lived in California for 25 years, is they have droughts out there. Rarely we have a drought here. We've had some streaks, but we have plenty of moisture.
Yeah.
But trees don't last forever. They will stop rooting and they will die.
So this time of year, what are some of the most common emergency calls that you get?
Uprooted trees, branches falling, breaking off, dead trees. Everybody wants they'll have overgrown trees and they want their canopies trimmed up going into the spring. They want the problems taken care of now instead of later. About 90% of our estimates are getting hey, trim my trees and make my canopy nice and clean before it goes in the spring.
Okay, makes sense, because if it's overgrown come springtime or summer, you're going to have an issue with leaves and branches and stuff on the roof and everything, and you might have to deal with that. Okay, got it.
A lot easier to see issues when there's no foliage.
Yeah, makes sense. What are some warning signs that homeowners should be looking for right now?
Oh, geez. Warning signs. Any type of
Go ahead. Sorry.
Any type of tree that is like hanging over a house. Any heavy leads that are over a roof. Any hazardous trees.
Got it. Okay. We're gonna take we're gonna take a quick break here as we get into our next segment. So just hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back. A little technical issue here, and I want to make sure we're doing good.
My mic dead?
I think so.
It's smoked. It's not on.
Yeah, it's not on. We're going to use this one.
Yeah, it's on now.
Test.
Testing. My mic.
Yeah, we're just going to.
Now it's red.
Yeah,
I think I got
Yeah, I
it.
think it probably died.
I think it's died.
All right. So
Okay,
use this
no
one
problem.
here and then
No
just
problem.
Flip it up.
No problem.
Technical stuff. All right. Are we back? Are we live? Are we live, Vance? We are live. Okay, wow. That was a quick break. We got a mic issue here. Switch out a mic for a mic, so we're all good. Sorry about that, guys. Switch out a mic there. Oh, live radio, live stuff, everything. So we were talking about warning signs that business owners should be looking for right now, and that I got distracted with the mics. So
Go back over that.
yeah, let's go back over that. So we don't want to let anybody miss that part.
In terms of right now, to give your homeowners peace of mind, winter damage shows up after snow, ice, and this is what spring is going to reveal. You're going to have cracked limbs, split trunks, leaning or partially uprooted trees. Homeowners want these things fixed right away before they go into spring.
Okay. Perfect. So a lot of things we're talking about right now, a lot of things in this winter time is, we talk about snow and ice weight.
Mhm.
That's very important to kind of take into consideration when you want to get this stuff done. The more weight on these dead trees and dead limbs, the more they're susceptible to cracking and falling and causing issues. Cracked trunks seem to be an issue too.
Yes. Cracked trunks can lead to a fallen tree.
Right. So these are things like, if you see these things like a cracked trunk or a leaning tree on your property, these are things as you're walking your property that you should be mindful of, and then give these guys a call so they can come out and assess the situation and make sure that it is something that needs to be taken care of right away, or maybe this is something that there's a preventative measure to it, or we have to take care of it.
Mhm.
Let the experts take care of it. But you're the first line of defense to get out and walk your property. The other thing to look at too is power line threats. I mean, how close are the trees growing to the power lines? How much of the branches going up and over a power line? Because like we saw in Nashville, those trees come down, they take the power lines with them, and then you're out without power.
Now there's two different. There's line clearance. That there's specific licensing that has to go into line clearance. They go out and do that. We do not do line clearance. We stay 10 feet away from the power line. So that's our buffer zone right there. So anything closer we cannot go because we're not licensed to do line clearance.
Would you guys recommend somebody?
Yeah. There's usually KOB does line clearance.
So
there's other companies. There's other companies that do it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a different ball game out there dealing with all those power lines.
Now, when you guys are going around to trim trees, I mean, somebody might say, "Hey, there's a property over here. Can you guys check it out?" Maybe the town might call you or something like that. I'm just throwing a scenario out. And you get there, and you're walking around, and you kind of do like a hazardous property assessment.
Mhm.
Tell me a little bit more about what that looks like, and if you ever come across things that are just like, what is hazardous?
Well, hazardous is going to be any type of infestation of a trunk. Could be termite damage, could be any type of pest damage. A tree is half broken. If you have a heavy lead going over some property, a dead tree.
Okay.
Dead tree is a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah.
All
sorts of
and one thing, Norm, we will not usually will not climb a dead tree. It's very, very dangerous to climb a dead tree because when you're getting up on a dead tree, it's not rooted. And the way you can tell if it's dead, because a tree dies from the top down, not from the bottom up.
Top down, so the bottom up. Okay.
Correct.
Makes sense.
Correct.
I guess because the roots are on the bottom,
Correct.
they're still pulling
Correct.
water.
If you have a declining tree on the top and it starts losing its leaves and really starts decaying, that's a sign of a tree dying. It needs to come out.
Learn something new every day. So this is all about being proactive versus reactive. Again, getting out there, walking your property as a property owner, seeing stuff, making sure you give these guys a call, do an assessment. Even if you don't think you need service, do an assessment. I'm almost going to just throw it out there and say, call them annually. right? Get out there at least once a year for a property assessment for you guys to check it out, make sure. Worst case scenario is you guys look at a property and go, "You guys are good." Best case scenario, well, you need some work, So,
And we're free. Doesn't cost a thing for a
even
free
better.
assessment.
Even better, give them a call. Again, it's about being proactive versus reactive. And it's the same thing we teach every week in finances and everything else on the show. Every guest so far has talked about proactive. Small preventative actions now preventing major damage later. All right. So I know we just took a quick break, but I'm going to pause for a second here. You're listening right now and you haven't had your trees inspected. This is your reminder. You just said, Jeff, Monster Tree Service offers free estimates in hours, not days. That alone tells you something about how they run their business. Don't wait for the storm to teach you the lesson. And while you're taking action, head over to theprosperitylounge.com. In the lounge, you'll find our 8-step action guide to stop living paycheck to paycheck, the Prosperity Planner budgeting tool, and our growing community focused on growth in business, finance, and wellness. Stewardship isn't accidental, guys. It's intentional. I got a quick question for you. When you talked about trees and training and you guys were being trained and stuff, and obviously I'm picturing in my head some things I've seen online, and you guys will have to go out there and probably train how to cut a tree properly and stuff. Ever been in a scenario whether it's training or in the real world where you're cutting a tree and it's going to go to the right, and all of a sudden it goes to the left?
It happens. It happens sometimes very, very little because we know we know where everything's going to go.
Okay.
We rig everything up and we have it planned. So not saying it's never happened, but about 99% of the time we're right on what we're doing.
Okay. So I love those videos. You probably see them too. You probably get sent all the time because you're in the tree world. It's like it falls on a house when it's supposed to fall over here.
That has never happened. So we do not plan on having trees fall on homes.
Good. So that's why you don't hire unprofessional people that you see on a YouTube video. The trees will fall on your house.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, all right. So we just got through talking about winter. We're in fall, spring. Spring of deception is coming. Then the pollinating. Then summer for a week. Then spring for a week. Then summer again. Then the surface of the sun. But until we get to the surface of the sun, we got a couple of springs to get through. And spring is our proactive season. So winter damage tends to show up in the spring. What are some warning signs or some things that people should be looking for once springtime comes to kind of assess that winter damage?
Basically, you want to prune and shape your tree going into the spring. Okay. Want to make it nice and neat and aesthetic. Very, very nice and neat. You also want to remove deadwood. Deadwood is basically just branches that need to be cleared off to make it nice and neat. It's just branches that need to be cut out.
Okay.
It's deadwood. And when you trim a tree in the spring and it improves airflow and sunlight and actually enables the tree to actually thrive more. When you clear out that canopy and you give it sunlight, that's how a tree's going to grow, because trees produce their food from the tips in.
Okay.
So
I remember from biology, it's something to do with chloroform and photosynthesis and things like that. Okay, so I remember a little bit, Mr. Chemnitz from high school 30 years ago. I don't know if he's not listening.
Well, proper pruning and trimming helps trees grow and prosper on a yearly basis. So you just can't do it one time. You got to keep that tree pruned up to thrive. You just can't just leave it alone. You've probably seen trees out there all over Knoxville. They look terrible and they're not healthy.
Yeah.
So if you trim those up, they'd look a lot better.
So I got a couple questions in the chat for you. Is there one tree better than most to build a tree house out of?
Well, actually, you want to build the tree house out of the strongest tree, which would be, I would go with an oak.
An oak tree.
Oak tree, they're very, very sturdy.
Okay. And how do you determine a strong enough branch for a tire or tire swing?
Oh, shoot. I would at least go, that thing would have to be at least, for weight, at least 2 feet in diameter. I would not put any like a tree swing on a light, tight, small branch.
Okay.
At least 2 feet in diameter to carry weight.
All right. So you need a
At
big
least.
old oak tree to build the
Yeah.
treehouse on with a big old branch to
Yeah,
put this
a big
tire
old
swing
branch.
underneath it.
Yep.
All right. Somebody put in the chat here the prosperity tree. I don't think there's a prosperity tree yet. We'll have to make one. Okay. So you talk about pruning, preventing storm failures later on, and making sure that pruning and removing the dead wood is possible. What role does plant health play, or plant health care play? I want to say that like it's a tongue twister. Plant health care play. Plant health care play. There we go.
Plant health care is something that we do. We fertilize. We put down. We apply insect control, disease control, because different trees are going to have different types of disease, and they're going to have different types of insects.
Makes sense.
And we also do our soil health program, which makes trees thrive, and also plants thrive too if you're landscaping as well.
That's actually a good point. Preventing the insect infestation, like you talked about, because earlier when we talked about dead trees and hollow trees, we talked off air a little bit about things like termites that might come into trees and stuff. You eat those trees apart. You're putting that stuff down to prevent that from coming in the tree.
And one thing here in Knoxville is the emerald ash borer. Just want to let you know, an ash tree, we do treat for the emerald ash borer. So if someone has an ash tree that really, really needs to be looked at, let one of our guys come out and see what we can do, because they can destroy a tree.
Now, can you explain what that is?
Emerald ash borer. It's a beetle that right now it'll start infestating right about end of March and go into April. They'll start mating.
Okay.
That's when you want to start hitting them so they don't, multiply. And we apply product to stop that infestation.
I've not seen. I probably have seen them, but I don't know.
It's very common in this area, the emerald ash borer.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the things people don't realize, or maybe they don't understand, is that how trees impact real estate transactions. Again, we were talking a little off the air about needing tree service to clear that canopy off of rooftops so houses can get insured, so then houses can pass inspection potentially, and real estate transactions can occur. So tell me a little bit more about how the service and just the trees in general, or tree service, would impact positively some real estate transactions.
Basically, the way the home looks. If any of you realtors out there have a home on the market, obviously you want to make it look good. That's the main thing. And for two, you want to make sure all views are not blocked. You want to make sure it's aesthetic and it looks really, really good all the way around the property. You want to look for any type of tree activity that's hanging over the roof. And also, you want to see if anything's going to raise any red flags for an inspection as well. This is key. Sure. Make sure the home passes inspection concerning the trees outside. Because I've seen many that, we've had to go out and, cut away or cut down because the homeowner wouldn't pass inspection.
Wow, think about that for a second, guys. If you're not passing inspection, you're not selling your house, or you're not buying the house. And it could be as simple as getting your trees fixed.
Correct. Simple. And it's simple. Real simple.
Yeah. And again, it's a free estimate to come over and let you know. So
yeah.
Just take advantage of it. Man, okay, so we talked about cracked limbs. We talked about leaning and partially uprooted trees. We talked about split trunks, curb appeal, red flags of inspection, insurance requirements. Take me through that a little bit more, because we talked a little bit about insurance requirements, kind of just briefly when that synopsis, but some insurances are going to require trees to be so far from the roof, so far from here, so far from the curb, so far from the tree. Explain a little bit to me about some of the requirements that insurance companies might implement into making sure that I get a good rate.
Well, that all depends on the policy. We get called out if they're doing an inspection and we don't. They're going to tell us, the inspector's going to say, "Hey, this isn't going to pass. I don't know how much it's going to be." We don't set that. That's where we come. Our expertise come in and say, hey, we could take care of this for you. But in terms of insurance, I don't know how much it'd be for them or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. You could also think about it from like a risk point of view. Like if you have those canopy things that you're talking about over the roof, and that stuff's starting to dry out a little bit, and you don't take care of it, well, guess what's going to happen? The thing's going to fall on your roof, and you get roof damage, and the roof insurance people might be like, "That's not covered."
Correct. So, like I said, it all depends on the homeowner's policy that's selling the house, whoever's selling the house.
Sure.
I don't know what's covered and what's not covered, but we have done, jobs for inspectors that have had to have work done to pass inspection.
Absolutely. Michelle's in the chat here, and she said, "True about keeping roofs safe from trees. I see it frequently." Michelle Armstrong, thanks for checking in. Thank you for that comment. Yeah, it's definitely true. And then also you talked a little bit about preparing for roof, driveway, fence, and landscaping projects.
Well, for one, if you have an outdoor project going into the summertime, what do you want to do? You want to clear any type of tree or any type of land or lot clearing to get your project started. Nothing worse than going out there and trying to start a project when you have stuff in the way.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we come out. We actually offer land and lot clearing if someone has a large project to go for. Or we another thing, it would be a driveway work, any type of fence installations, anything that needs to be cleared out, we can do that for you.
Interesting.
Be proactive if you're going to be doing an outdoor project going into the summer.
It sounds like tree work should basically come before other contractors even get started.
Well, yeah, you have to have everything cleared up before they even put a design out there or anything. They won't even know where to go.
Right.
They can't even measure without, having everything cleared out of there.
Yeah. So it's just like financial planning, guys. It often comes before business growth. Michelle actually has a question for you in the chat here. Do builders hire you?
Yes.
Yes, they do, Michelle. And again, free estimate.
Yes.
So I love that. All right, I want to talk a little bit about business and leadership. You guys are number one in Knoxville pretty consistently. It started in 2019. What's the biggest lesson that you guys have learned since launching in 2019?
The customer is number one. We take care of our customers. We are very, very transparent and honest about our business. We have no hidden fees. We give an honest inspection. We have honest crews, licensed and insured, and we promise what we preach. Preach what we promise. So there's no. It's all about the customer. It's not about them, and it's all about the safety. I tell my guys out in the field, I said, give an honest opinion of what needs to be done. If we go out and look at something and we see something else, write it down and let them know. They be proactive. But it's just customer communication as well. We communicate well with our customers. Our crew leaders communicate with our customers. It starts from our office staff answering the phone to going to the setting the estimate, to go out and doing the estimate, to complete the job. It's a 4-step process that we continue day in and day out.
Now, you guys have been scaling quite regularly since you started. Obviously,
yes.
You have two guys on, the 2 ISA guys, a bunch of team members. How do you maintain quality while scaling?
Weekly conversations with the guys, see how things are going out in the field. I go out in the field 3-4 times a week to see how things are going, to make sure things are going the way they need to be going. If there's any questions, they bring them up to me. If I see something, I'll have meetings to make sure we are keeping that quality standard of customer service.
It's very important, weekly meetings. A lot of businesses skip that, man. They just think it's like, here's the routine, everything's going fine, but you got to check in with your team, know what's going on. Cut off. Again, it's part of being proactive as a business owner. Love that. How important is I think I know the answer to this one. How important is team culture, especially in this type of business?
Oh, it's absolute. Underneath my email, I just want to let you know I have TEAM. Together, everyone achieves more. That's team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you don't have teamwork, you don't have anything. That's where each job is tailored for each individual. And that's how we get things done in a proper way, because one job may be not suited for one guy and one job may be suited for the other, but we all work together as a team. If something happens, we could pull a teammate off another job to help him. It's all woven in our business. We all work together.
And I would imagine too, again, in this type of industry, you have to have trust. If you don't trust the guy you're working with, especially in these dangerous situations, you got a guy up in a tree, a guy holding a rope down below, safety gear, all that stuff. You got to trust the guys on the job.
Correct. We have our team leaders. They're running bucket trucks. They're running lift trucks, and we trust them where everything's going to go to drop. And then we have our grounds guys that know where everything's going to fall. We position our equipment where it needs to be. It's choreographed. It's like a symphony. It's a choreographed thing when you go out there. If you ever see a tree service company go out and work, just see how they're set up. It's not a guessing game. We know exactly where everything is.
What does superior service look like day to day for you guys? I know it's easy to say we have superior service, but you guys implement it and live it.
It says it in our reviews. When we're getting a review a day, a 5-star review a day, that means our crew leaders are going out there after the job. They're walking the property with the customer if they're home, and they're asking if everything was all right. That's what separates us from everybody else. We ask the questions after every job. Hey, was everything all right? I accept nothing less than superior service. And I take great pride in that.
And that's no small feat, and something every business owner should strive for. Don't take your foot off the gas
right
when it comes to service. A couple more questions for you coming in from the chat here. Up to No Good OG asks, what type of trees do woodpeckers live in?
Really anything.
Anything. Any kind of tree.
Any type of tree.
Does topping a tree help anything? First of all, I don't know what topping a tree is.
Topping is topping is not a term that we like to use, but we actually go out and look at a tree and trim a tree before we don't top. If you top a tree, that's eliminating growth in a tree. When you top a tree, that's cutting, everything off, the nutrients off of a tree. We'd rather trim up than do anything like that. Okay. So if any of you out there are looking to asking to have a tree topped, have one of our arborists come out and say, hey, I want to have a tree looked at and trimmed. So trimmed and topping are completely different things.
Okay.
That's where we're very transparent on what we do, and we do the right thing for the health of the tree. Okay,
so give me a compare, because again, I'm trying to, as a novice, I don't have trees to deal with. Is this similar to like when somebody goes and gets a Christmas tree and they cut the bottom and there's no more?
You are correct. There's nothing left. There's nothing left. They just hack it off.
But they just do it from the top down.
Correct.
So it's not, gotcha. Okay.
That's that top. Now we go out and we will look at it and say, hey, we could do this, we could do that, we could trim it up and shape it.
So if I'm driving around and I see trees that have a fresh, like straight cut across the top.
Not good.
Not good.
Look at those trees in 4 months and see if they're even growing.
No.
So
that's a good point, because you're taking care of a short term, at least in your mind, you think you're taking care of a short term problem, but you're creating a long term problem, because you are, like you said, cutting off the nutrients to it. So in several months, that tree's going to be dead. Guess what happens to dead trees? They fall, they rot, they cause more problems, and you got to come back and remove them. Well, you just pick them off the floor. When you cut a tree back and you cut its nutrient system off, what happens? It's going to decay. Right. That's why we trim them up and shape them. Okay. Do you ever come across diseased trees? Yes. Okay. Diseased trees, removing dead or diseased wood early, there's 3 things. Reduces insects infestation. Okay. Reduces fungus
in a tree and also reduces long-term decline in a tree. So basically, dead or diseased wood needs to be taken out of a tree to have it thrive. Because if you don't do anything, insects and disease will destroy a tree.
Is there ever a point with a tree when they are that way that they can come back, the tree? Or does it just depends how bad it is?
All depends on how bad it is. Each situation is different.
So not every tree that's diseased needs to be completely cut down.
Correct.
Some could be
treated with our plant healthcare program.
Okay. Wow.
That's why we have a plant healthcare program. That's why we have our ISA certified arborist to actually give you an honest assessment what we can do to save your tree.
Now, are there insects that cause damage to trees? And once you guys get in there, go, it's not a tree issue, it's an insect issue, and we got to call a pest guy out here to take care of it, and then we kind of figure stuff out.
Normally in a tree we can normally handle most everything out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, there's tons of insects out there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I can't name them all.
There's a lot. Yeah, I know they talk about all the different tree diseases, and some are just the beetles and that come along. You talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Some of these other ones, man. Okay. I remember too, guys. A lot of times we talk about getting trees close to your house. We talk about infestations. Getting those trees trimmed back, especially from the closeness to your house. Do you guys have a recommendation as far as how far you would trim back, let's say from like an attic or a rooftop, to prevent squirrels from jumping from tree to the house?
Without actually looking at the property, it's hard to tell.
Okay.
It could be 5 feet, could be 10 feet. Who knows?
Sure.
That's why a lot of people will want to, send in pictures. We actually look at the property before we even make any decision. We get pictures on all our estimates. We send the pictures to the customers, or we go with the pictures with the customers and tell them what we can and cannot do. We don't guess at anything.
Sure. And again, it's a free estimate.
Free estimate. Doesn't cost you anything.
Right. I'm laughing because all this stuff is just free. I mean, take advantage of it. One more question here from the chat for now is, do you clear land of trees?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. So again, if builders are coming in and they have trees, piggyback on Michelle's question, you guys take care of it.
Yes, we also have a bobcat we use with a bush hog.
Okay.
So we have multiple bobcats, actually 3 of them. So there's nothing we cannot do.
And I'll throw one out there for you, Jeff. Is there a certain type of tree that is good for firewood?
Well, outside would be
It stumped you there.
Get it? Outside for firewood. A cedar would be good. I mean, it smells good.
Okay.
It'd smell good.
Especially you cook a little steak or salmon on top of the cedar plank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So cedar on the outside.
Yeah.
So it's not just one of those things where you watch again. I watched a lot of YouTube, but guys just going out there chopping a little tree down, cutting it with a little axe, and throwing wood in the fire. I mean, certain wood's going to be better than others in that situation.
Yeah.
And around here, it's just you don't want people going out in their yard cutting their trees down to make firewood for themselves.
No.
I guess that was what I was trying to get to. And everybody out there, looking in the other room here, everybody missed my joke when I said I stumped you. That was my dad joke.
I was thinking the best tree that would smell good.
That was my dad joke. So. Okay, well, we got some other listener questions. When I said Jeff was coming on, I got some people that wrote in here some questions for you, Jeff. Some of the stuff we might have answered already, but we're going to ask it again. Mark from Farragut asked, how do I know if a leaning tree is dangerous?
A leaning tree is dangerous.
It's already dangerous because it's leaning.
It's already leaning. Well, I would look if it's decaying from the top down.
Okay.
If a dying tree, that would be a sign.
Okay. Now, Lisa from Maryville, we talked about this a little bit earlier. I'm going to ask it again, but will my insurance cover tree damage? It depends on your insurance.
Yes, it will depend on. Like about 5 weeks ago, we took a tree had already fallen from a neighbor's property to a customer's property, and insurance did cover that because it went through the whole house. It was a pretty bad situation, but sometimes they will not cover. So you just have to check in your policy on that and kind of find out the situation.
And same thing would go with, if you're probably speaking of your homeowner's insurance. Same thing would go for your auto insurance if it's going to be comprehensive coverage, depending on type, how it fell and whether you're responsible for it or not, I guess. But
and they want, I know insurance companies want, that's why we have detailed invoices that we send, and it says everything that we do. So it's very, very, it's a paper trail that needs to be followed.
Rachel from Oak Ridge, can trimming hurt a healthy tree?
No.
There you go.
Trimming's good. Trimming's good. Shaping and trimming is good.
Tom in Lenore City asked, what's the best time of year to remove a large tree?
Really, anytime. All depends on where it is, what's doing to your property, if it's causing a hazard, if you just want it just gone to make room. So any time of year.
All right. And David in West Knoxville, is stump grinding really necessary?
If you want to get rid of the stump and you want to put something in that area, yeah. Well, what we do, we come and clear the stump out, and we'll also take up the chips too. So it's a two-way street. But probably about 80% of our jobs, really, they do stump grinding. We go out there and we remove the tree and we remove the stump too.
Okay.
It's put on every estimate.
Again, I'm a novice, Jeff. Stump grinding
it's put on, and I just want to let you know, I tell my guys, hey, as an option, put it on there in every estimate. They may want to do it later. But if you're looking to just get rid of it and not stub your toe, if you don't realize it's there, remove it. If you don't care about it and you're not going to go in that area, leave it.
Okay, so this is once you cut it down, this is removing what's left over.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, if you literally take it out of the ground?
No, we come in with a machine with a blade, and it goes back and forth, and it cuts all the way about 4 to 6 inches below the surface, and the stump's completely gone. And if you want to leave the chips, you can leave the chips there, or you can pay for us to take the chips away.
Okay, and then it makes the yard flat again.
Correct.
Does it do anything to the root system?
No.
The tree? So the tree won't necessarily grow back over time?
No, it will not.
Interesting.
No. That's where the machine, it completely goes back and forth and grinds up.
I learn something new every day.
Yep.
Awesome. Glad I asked. All right. Well, we're getting ready to end the show soon, and it's one of my favorite parts, Jeff. It's our 10-question rapid fire round. On Mondays and Wednesdays on our show, we ask the same 10 questions to everybody. On our Fridays, we get a specific 10 questions for you. Are you ready?
Go ahead.
All right. Remove or prune?
Prune.
Biggest homeowner mistake?
Do it themselves.
Most dangerous tree species locally?
Oaks.
Ooh. Storm or disease? Bigger threat?
Storm.
One thing homeowners should inspect monthly?
Condition of their trees.
Chainsaw or climbing harness?
Climbing harness.
2 a.m. emergency or 9 a.m. scheduled job?
9 a.m. scheduled job.
Most surprising thing about tree roots?
How deep they are.
One myth about tree care?
Ooh, one myth about tree care. They grow by themselves.
Yep. And your personal definition of prosperity?
Doing the right thing. Believe in God. And just live your dream.
Love that. So we talked a lot about trees. One tree we didn't talk about was the money tree. Money doesn't grow on trees. Wish it did.
Correct.
I want to find that one. What's that tree look like? That's the tree you don't want to trim back or cut or trim the top already.
Yep.
Right? That's the one you want to give the plant health to and make it grow. My goodness. If you're in Knoxville area and want peace of mind before storm season, reach out to Monster Tree Service. Jeff, give us all your information. Tell us how we can get in touch with you. Tell us how we can get that free estimate. Tell us everything we need to know about what we need to do next.
If you want to reach out to us, reach our office at 865-985-0881 or monstertreeservice.com. /Knoxville. That will take you directly to our webpage, and you could, apply for an estimate or just give our office a call for an estimate. We are within days and not hours. So we're Johnny on the spot with our estimates.
Here's that phone number one more time.
It's 865-985-0881.
Perfect. Give them a call, get a free estimate. Actually, you know what? Give them a call. Tell them you heard them on the Prosperity Lounge and you'll get a free estimate.
You got it. And also right now, it is winter time, and we are offering 10% off on all our work right now up into February. So
awesome.
It's a good time to prune your stuff up and take advantage of our winter discounts right now before it gets into the spring.
Advantage. Take advantage. It's free and you get 10% off a service. So go for it, guys. Plus, it's going to prevent all this stuff later on that we're talking about, all the potential problems later on.
Correct.
Yeah.
Proactive, not reactive.
That's right. That's like the theme of the show lately. It's been amazing. It helps me get set in my mind because I'm always trying to be a little reactive, and people coming on and telling me, we're like, oh, another proactive conversation I have to do myself here. Okay. God is telling me something. All right. So if today's conversation reminded you that stewardship matters, whether it's your property, your finances, or your business, join us inside the Prosperity Lounge community. Again, go to www.theprosperitylounge.com. Use promo code RADIO. Get your free 8-step action guide to stop living paycheck to paycheck. Join us in there for some great conversations. It's a free community. Free. Did I mention it's free? Just like the estimates. They're free. Find us anywhere on any of your favorite podcast platforms under the Prosperity Lounge. You can also find our new daily show, Daily Dose of Prosperity. It's a separate show, but it's listed there as well. Just search for Daily Dose of Prosperity or search my name, Joey Ruffalo. You'll find it. Check us out on YouTube as always, youtube.com/@the-prosperity lounge, where we have all these videos. In fact, today we put up a brand new one. Our new weekly series we're trying out here is our top 5 business news briefs of the week, discussing stuff here locally in East Tennessee and also in national news. So we got some good stuff that we talked about there and how they're impacting local businesses. So you get your business news roundup right then and there. Connect with me on social media. Find me on Facebook. Find me on LinkedIn. Find me on Instagram. Give me a shout out. Give me a thumbs up. And, we talked about reviews earlier, Jeff. Get out there and leave me a comment. Leave me a thumbs up. Leave me a kind word. Let me know I'm doing a good job here. I really appreciate it. It gives me that momentum and that fire to keep going forward.
Absolutely.
Because remember, everybody, prosperity isn't about luck. It's about leadership. So whether it's your money, your business, or the trees surrounding your home, prosperity requires stewardship. Small problems ignored become expensive emergencies. Proactive action creates peace of mind. So Jeff, thanks for helping our community make the world a better place, one tree at a time. And to our listeners, as always, stay faithful, stay fearless, and remember, freedom lives where faith and action meet. The lounge is always open, and so is your next breakthrough. This is the Prosperity Lounge. All right, my man. Good job.
I thought that turned out well.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
I think of the message. I think I like some questions. I won't be surprised to get some phone calls.
Good.
Some questions. Different people have different questions and stuff.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, again for hanging out in the chat. Thanks for your questions. Thanks for being here. As always, thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe. And tomorrow will be the nice, clean, fresh version. I don't know how much editing I'm going to have to do with the bike situation in the middle there. I apologize, but hey, it's live and that's just what happens. So it's why I do the behind the scenes stuff. Next week coming up, we have Kim Henry from Maine Support. Now, Maine Support is a nonprofit organization that helps with grief counseling through horses. So she's going to be here to tell us all about that next week. We got some great shows coming up. We got some county commission people running for county offices and sheriff's candidates and all these people coming up. You get to hear all these things about leadership from them soon. So I appreciate you guys sticking around. Make sure you keep checking out the social media posts and everything that we're putting out there. If you have any suggestions for a guest, or you want to be a guest, hit me up on social media. Send me a message. Send me an email. You can contact me at joey@theprosperitylounge.com. And we can talk about you coming on the show. And if you have a small business that wants to get their name out there and sponsor an episode or two, or sponsor the show, like our buddies over at Bella Business Solutions and LaPera Insurance, you get a heck of a good deal right now on some sponsorship opportunities. Helps keep the show growing, helps the community keep growing and growing, so we can continue spreading this message. PJ's in the chat. Thank you, PJ, for being here. Thank you, Michelle, for checking us out on Facebook. I don't normally post on Facebook or go live there, but I figured tonight with the Small Business Matters posts and everything else, people would find it on there. So I would just put it out there as well. But usually we're here just live on YouTube, trying to get those hours in. So we're doing good. Thank you for checking it out. And tomorrow the replay will be up. Until then, have a great rest of your night. And we will, same bat time, same bat channel next week, as they say.